Looks like we're live. Happy Monday, everyone. Gonna check to make sure we are live. Where are we? Let's see. Anybody online tonight? Happy Monday. All right, I see a few of you hopping on. If you'll just comment your name, that way I know you're here. That would be great. Yay! All right, awesome. So happy Monday once again. If you are just joining us live, if you will please post a comment so I know that you're here. And as a reminder, I am streaming through StreamYard, so you had to give StreamYard permission so that I could see your name when you post a comment. And if you are checking out the replay, if you'll just hashtag replay so that I know that you have watched the video, that'd be great. So I'm just going to dive in a little bit. Guys, it's a Monday, and it has been a Monday. I don't know about you, but it has been a Monday for us here in our house, trying to get back in the swing of things still after Christmas. I know it's the 18th, but we homeschool, and we're just getting back into the swing of things. So Mondays are mindset days. I don't know if you've noticed that on my Facebook, but it's all about mindset. So Mondays, I always go live in this group at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we talk about something tax, business, finance related. So I hope you can continue to join us. So tonight's live is all about the business use of home deduction. And it's so important. And you guys could really use this to save you mucho taxes for 2020. So I'm going to show you a couple of things tonight. I'm going to give you some advice on this. And then I have a freebie that I actually spent a few hours on today that I am going to show you how to use. And then everybody who is live, so if you know some other self-employed people or people who could use this deduction, send them a quick message and tell them to hop on, and they will get the freebie as well. So before I dive into the home office deduction, I want to introduce myself for anybody who's new. My name is Stephanie Manley, and I have been in the tax and accounting industry for over 20 years. Half of that time I have been self-employed with my own business. I am a second generation accountant. So this has been bred into me. I live and breathe tax and accounting, and I am your go-to expert if you have any questions. So let's get into it. All right, so the home office deduction. So a few things that I want you to know about this deduction. The first thing is you have to have a room in your home that is exclusively used for business, okay? So what does that mean? That means you cannot use your living room or your dining room or a family room of sort, not even your bedroom, unless it is exclusively used for business. So if you're doing other things in that room, that would not be considered. Now, according to the IRS publication, and I'm referencing publication 587 in case you want to go look it up, the room, it doesn't have to be a room, meaning 4 walls. It just has to be an area. So it does not have to be partitioned off in a permanent fashion. So let's just say you have a large family room, and on half of the room, you guys have couches and you have your TV, and that's where you hang out. But on the other half of the room, and you have it sectioned off. So if I were to walk into your house, I could definitely tell that this area is used for business and this area is used for other things, okay? So it does not have to be permanently partitioned. That was the wording for the IRS, okay? But it has to be used exclusively and regularly. Well, the publication doesn't give you any specifications on regularly. So in my type of work, regularly could mean 3 days a week. It can mean 5 days a week. For me, it means 7 days a week because I'm in my office 7 days a week. But it really depends on the industry. So you're going to have to think of your industry and think, okay, so what is regular to me? Is regular meaning that I only use that office to invoice my customers once a week or maybe every other week? Maybe I only use this particular area of my home to do live videos once a week. Okay. But it has to be exclusively and regularly used for business. So I got a couple of people online. Hey, Patsy, Desiree, Ashley, thanks for joining. Jasmine, thank you. Hey, and there's two others. Hi, I'm in, but I don't know who you are because you didn't give StreamYard permission. So if you want to do that, that's fine. If not, just drop your name. That'd be awesome. And you also have to use use this room for a trade of business. So you have to be self-employed in order to use the business use of home. So it used to be if you were an employee, meaning you got a W-2, you could use this deduction, but that is no longer the case. I'm hoping that maybe they'll make this retroactive because so many W-2 workers this year were forced to work from home, and that would be a great deduction to have back. But we'll see, right? So the principal place, it has to be the principal place of business, but not the only place of business, okay? So, for example, if you have an office somewhere, but you also conduct business at home, you could possibly also use your rent for your office space and business use of home. It really depends on how it works out for you guys. So the main thing that I want you to understand is when you're looking at a business use of home, that area of your home needs to be used for administrative and management responsibilities. Okay. And I'm looking at my list here, so I make sure I say exactly what the pub says. Those would be billing customers or clients, keeping books or records, ordering supplies, and setting appointments. Those are the things that the IRS says that you need to be doing in your home office. Okay. So you need to be scheduling appointments if you do that. Keeping up with your books. If you do that, you might outsource it, so you don't have to do it in there. And dealing with the administrative work of your company. Okay, so sending out invoices, maybe making websites, maybe doing your live videos. Those types of things are what you're going to be doing in your live. Hey, Jessica, does anybody have any questions so far? If you do, just drop them in the comments and I'll answer them as we go tonight. Okay. It can also be a place that you meet your clients or your customers. So maybe your customers come to you and you conduct business at home. So those are other ways that you can use this business use of home. Do you have an area maybe that is separate from your house? So maybe you have a workshop or a studio. I know some of you on here, you're in the yoga industry, and maybe you have a studio that's not connected to the home. That also, you can use that as well. I'm going to show you how to do all this in a little bit. I'm just trying to give you the nitty gritty first. Jessica says, what about a whole room for products and storage? Perfect. Yes, you can use that room. As long as it is regularly and exclusively used for business, you can use that square footage. And I'm going to show you how to calculate all of that on this live, okay? So back to the separate structure: studio, barn, workshop, garage. So if you are in a, let's see, mechanics, for example, maybe they do work at home and they have a shop out back. Well, that also would be deductible. Let's see, Mariah says, I have a stock room / office at my dad's house rent free. Yeah, that's not going to be able to be deducted, unfortunately, because you don't have any expenses that are tied to that. Unless there's some. You have to give me some more feedback there, Mariah. But it needs to be part of your home or that you're paying expenses on. Okay? So with the business use of home, you have a couple of options now. And this changed a few years ago. You have the option of using your actual expenses, or you can use the simplified method. Okay, so I'm going to start with simplified because it's simple, right? So the simplified method states that you can use $5 per square foot that you use regularly and exclusively for business. Okay, so that's simplified. That means you don't have to keep up with your expenses during the year. Just when you file your taxes, we need to know how many square feet your house has, how many square feet you use for your business, and then we would take $5 times the square footage of your business area. Okay, now I want to go ahead and also point out that some of you may have more than one room for your business, and that's okay. You would just add up the square footage for each room that you use regularly and exclusively for business in your home. Okay. Now, I'm going to spend a great portion of the time on my live tonight actually discussing the actual expenses, because I believe that actual expenses, usually you're going to get a greater return. Okay. And why not keep up with it? Because at the end of the year, let's look at both ways, right? If the simplified gives you more of a deduction, you use the simplified. If the actual is more, let's go with the actual. And you can alternate these year to year, so you're not stuck on whichever you choose in one year. Okay, so actual expenses are going to include the following: insurance, rent, repairs, your alarm system or security system of your home, utilities. We're going to go into that in a minute. Homeowners association dues, trash removal, and even cleaning. So ladies out there and gents, if there is any in here, I haven't seen any comment, but if you hire someone to clean your house, so tell your husbands this is a reason that you need to hire somebody, right? That is part of this deduction, guys, okay? So let's dive into these things. So these expenses that I just talked about are not exclusive to the room that you're using for business, right? This is for the whole house, okay? So you don't rent just your room, or you don't pay insurance just on the room, right? You pay it on the whole thing. So we're going to figure out how much you spent on the whole house, and then we're going to have to take percentages of it, okay? Now, you can deduct expenses that are just for that room. Say you painted your office. That is a deduction that's not included in this. That's a straight up business deduction, okay? Maybe you, let's see, you have a dedicated internet line that comes into your business, okay? That's not included in this. That is a straight business deduction, okay, guys? So just remember those things when we're talking about this, and I'm going to call these indirect expenses. That means it's not directly related to your business, it's related to the whole house. Okay, so I'm actually going to jump over. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. I'm going to show you something. Let's see if this works. Oh, it does. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to make this a little bigger, and I'm going to post this for you guys after my live so that you can go through this and make sure that you do qualify for the business use of home. So let's start here at the top here, and it says, is part of your home used in connection with a trade or business? Well, we just talked about that. Do you work from home? Yes. Okay, I do. So let's move on down. Are you using the part of your home as an employee? All right. Are you self-employed? Meaning, are you not getting the W-2? Okay. Are you getting the 1099 or people paying you directly? Okay. Are you using part of your home as an employee? I'm going to say no. I'm self-employed. Okay. Is the use regular and exclusive? Well, we talked about that. Exclusive meaning I only use this area for my business. Regularly could mean different things for different industries, okay? All right, so I'm going to move along, and I'm going to say yes to that as well. All right, and then it says, is it your principal place of business, okay? Do you conduct business anywhere else, okay? If you do not, then yes, this is my principal place for business, and boom, look, deduction is allowed. Okay. If you conduct business elsewhere, you would say no. And then it says, do you meet clients or customers in your home? If you do, it's allowed. If you don't, go down again. Do you have a separate structure in your home? Maybe you have a structure that you house inventory. Maybe you have a barn out back that you use, a studio out back that you use. If you do, then again, the deduction is allowed. If not, then it's not deductible. And if you have any questions about going through this flow chart, just, send me a DM and I'll be glad to help you to see if you actually qualify. Okay. All right. So any questions so far on this? See, I'm looking to see if I have any questions over here. I don't see any. And guys, I'm only streaming tonight in my group. So for anybody that you know that's not in the group, they're not getting this tonight. I'm only streaming in the group and on my YouTube. Okay. All right. So moving right along. Awesome. And if you're just joining, remember hashtag replay or say hello. All right. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. I want to show you my freebie. I'm so excited about this. All right. So here's my freebie. And all of you, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to send you a DM with the link to this. All right. So who on my live has already downloaded my calculated tax planner? If you'll just say me or just do something in the comments so I will know that you have that one. And if you do, you'll notice that this looks very similar to that. So I just kind of want to go over this with you and how this is going to work. So I want you to go through this spreadsheet. Mariah, awesome. You have it. I hope you have enjoyed using that and that it has helped you. All right, so we're going to start here. And I have a big arrow over here. Start here. But I just realized I missed one thing. Okay. So the one thing that I really need you to do when you open this, or you can't change a thing, is you're going to go to File, right? And you're going to make a copy. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to show you. Because if you don't make a copy, it won't let you make edits. So make sure you make a copy, guys, okay? All right, so we have a copy. And then it says to begin by calculating the percentage of your home is being used by your business. All right, so I'm going to go right here and I am going to say that my home size, so this is my home, my whole house square footage, right? And just for ease, I'm going to say that my whole house is 1,000 square feet, okay? And then I'm going to say that my home office is, let's just say my room is a 10 by 10. So length times width, right, is your square footage. So I'm going to say that my square footage is 100. Okay. So that tells me right there that my business use percentage is 10%. And if you have downloaded my planner, you know that anything in color, meaning like this or this, especially like this, that's where all the magic is. So please don't override that, because if you do, it's not going to work. Okay. So if it's in color, don't mess with it. But if it's white like this, there's no color, you can just put whatever. All right. So we've done that. And then we're going to move along to number 2. And it states for each payment, enter the date payment was made, payment amount, expense type using the drop down, and payment recipient in the proper columns. All right. So I'm just going to show you a couple here. All right. So let's just say I'm going through my statements, right? And I'm going to do 1/1 of 2020 because everybody's working on their 2020 tax return. And let's see, I'm going to use $150. And I'm going to say that this was utility. So you can see here, I've got it all broke down for you. So cleaning, homeowners, insurance, pest control, rent, repairs and maintenance, security, trash removal, utilities, and other. Just in case I missed something, I put another in there, okay? All right, so I'm going to say this is utilities. This was my power bill, okay? And then I'm going to say this was to Georgia Power because I live in the wonderful state of Georgia. All right. And then see over here, guys, how it automatically calculated that. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. It gets better. All right. So I'm just going to do one more. All right. So let's just say I'm in February now, and I'm going to put my rent on here. It was $1,000. I'm going to say rent. And I paid this to ABC Studio. I don't know. Okay. All right. And then it calculated. All right. Now, notice really quick, there is nothing on here for a house payment. So if you own your home, you will not calculate this information here. I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay. This is only if you pay rent on your home. All right. So you can go through here, guys, and enter some other information. You don't have to put the date. I put it there because I want you to get in a habit of actually entering that data every month. Okay. Do you have to? No. Technically, all you have to enter is your payment amount and the expense. Okay. But get in a habit. Please get in a habit. All right. So what's going to happen is over here's the magic tab. I'm going to hit totals. All right. There you go. So on the totals page, as you can see, how much we actually spent for rent, right, is there, and how much my business use is there. Okay. And then down here, you have your mortgage interest, your real estate taxes, and your property insurance. Now, this information is actually going to come from your annual mortgage statement. Okay. So I'm making it super simple for you to print this off or send this to your tax preparer, your accountant, when it's time for taxes. Okay. So here it is, simple, right here. All the information is here from your 1098 statement, and you've entered all of this. Now, guys, it's important that they know the total expenses because that's how it has to be entered on the tax return. Okay, so they don't just need this number. Okay. Any questions? All right. I have a new comment. Hi, I'm not sure who you are. I am streaming on StreamYard, and you have to give them permission for me to actually see you. But hello and welcome. If you'd like to comment your name, that'd be great. I know who you are. All right. So any questions, guys, on the spreadsheet? Any questions? Any questions? Come on, guys. You got to give me some feedback tonight. It's Monday and it's late. Nope. No comments. All right. I'm going to move along then. All right. So thank you, Jessica. Thank you. I hope this will help you. I know that you qualify because I know about you and your business. So Jessica, this will really, really help you. Go all the way back in 2020 and work on this. And guys, this is a huge deduction that a lot of people leave on the table, right? So I will, a little caveat to business use of home. You have to show a profit in your business to use this deduction. Okay. It's just one of those silly rules. All right. You have to have a profit in order to use this deduction. That's number one. But who knows if you're going to have a profit? I hope you do until the end of the year. So keep up with this every year. So my recommendation is to make 2 copies of this. Label one 2020 and label the other 2021. So you're backtracking on 2020. Go ahead and get it completed. But then for 2021, go ahead and start. It's January, right? If you already paid some bills, go ahead and put them in the worksheet. Okay. And that will help you. Mariah says, it looks awesome. Thank you, Jessica. I'll be using this form now on. Yay. Awesome. And Jessica, if you haven't downloaded my planner, you need to go download the planner. That'll help you too. Awesome. All right. So I will send you the link to the planner. And then, to the home office deduction worksheet. I'm going to send you the link to that. And then I will also post in the comments the flow chart. So you'll have the flow chart to know to make sure that you are able to use this deduction. And I know most of you who are online that's made comments, I know about your business. So, I've talked with you in private messaging or what have you, your clients, and I know that you can use this. So that's awesome. I do want to jump really quick over to 2 other things that are related to business that's really important right now. Number 1 is the PPP. Okay. And I know I've talked about it a lot, and I'm sorry to beat the dead horse, right? But it's important. And the reason it's important is because most banks, most banks who haven't already, because only the lower income areas, were able to do the PPP before tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow, most of the other banks are going to be opening their client portals or accepting applications for the Paycheck Protection Program. If you haven't already, guys, you need to be on the phone with your bank first thing in the morning to talk to them about what they need from you to qualify for the Paycheck Protection Program. If you did not do round 1, way back, March, April, May, June, in that area, okay, maybe you tried and the funds were gone before you got in there. I was one of those people in the very beginning, okay? They didn't have the funds. Okay. And then they opened it up for a little bit longer. Okay. So if you did not get round one, you still have to do round one before you can do round two, but it's open again. Then you can do round two as well. If you have done round one and you qualify, remember 1 quarter has to be down between 2019 and 2020. It has to be down by at least 25%. Then you can go in and apply for round two. Okay, so those are the two things going on. If you have any questions of those, send me a message, pop them in the comments. I'm over that too. Okay, I'm all over that too. I've mentioned the tax planner. Guys, it's January. The IRS opens in 3 weeks, I think it is now. Be ready. Be ready. Okay. There's a lot going on with the tax system right now. We have a new president. We have the stimulus payments going out. IRS are not at full capacity for their staffing. So refunds are going to be delayed. I'm just being honest. Okay. Being honest here. Newsflash, refunds are going to be delayed. So don't wait until April to file. Get your taxes in. Get them done. I've given you all the tools that you need to get your taxes ready. Okay, get your business ready for tax time. All right. So speaking of taxes, many of you have asked me, and I guess I haven't been clear, and I feel awful about that. But do I do returns? Yes, I do returns. That's part of my package. So if you need help with bookkeeping, I'm your girl. Okay. If you need help with PPP, I'm your girl. If you need help with tax planning or strategizing so you're not paying Uncle Sam so much money every year, I'm your girl. If you want your taxes prepared, that's me too. And I can prepare all types of forms. Okay. Partnerships, regular sole proprietorships. If you just have a W-2 and you've been watching my videos, S Corp, C Corps, okay? Send me a message and we can set up a consult. And speaking of consults, it is the 18th, so we have 13 days left of the month. For the rest of January, I am offering free 30-minute consults. Okay, so 30-minute consult with an accountant for free, guys, in January. It's not heard of. So make sure you grab one of those free consults with me. And if you need a link to set it up, just shoot me a message and I'll send you the link so you can set that up. All right. So any other questions? I see another Facebook user say, hi. I'm not sure who you are because I'm streaming with StreamYard and you have to give them permission for me to see you. So hello, whoever you are, and thank you for joining. All right, if there are no other questions, I'm going to let you guys go. I've hit my almost 30 minutes. Anybody? All right, well, guys, I really hope that this video on the home office deduction was very helpful to you and that you will use the freebie. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. See you next Monday. Bye, guys.